many of us believe we have the life of a true disciple figured out. We read our Bibles and go to church nearly every Sunday. We spend time in prayer and ask God for covering and sustainment. We make all the right moves that keep us in the light of men within the world which we live. Yet there is something to be said about a man who was called out from a life of sin that seemed to have no issues nor problems, for a plan, purpose, and will of God that had many others in mind. A lad that said yes to wearing a coat would bring the pain of being rejected by his brothers, sold by jealousy and envy, a coat that would trigger eyes of a woman of power to thrust herself upon him. But when the standard of wearing the coat proved to be stronger than the seductive pull of the lust of the flesh, he then would be thrown into prison for standing on truth and not bending to the lie to save his life. Not knowing that all the time while wearing the coat it would be a garment of many colors and style, yet being a neon target of calamity. Trials and temptation that were not part of his life dreamed of the young lad. If he had known that this coat would bring such pain, he would have passed it on to one of his brothers that wanted it from day one. Yet the lad did not know that the coat only fit him. His encounter with the coat was predestined, that came with a new life and future, a future that opens doors for generations to come. One life misused and rejected that others may be accepted. One lad denied the lust of the flesh that others may live to see the power to overcome sin and the flesh. One lad experienced the darkest pit and to be sold under sin. The same hands that put him there would prove to be the very ones needing covering. Yet they deserved death. All that coat that covers, all that coat that attracts, all that coat that keeps. When we have been called and we answer yes, that's God's plan. When we are then in line to be chosen from the enduring of many tests and trying of our faith, we then discover God's purpose. From seeking Him and seeking His face, we meet Him at the appointed time. Therefore, we are walking in His will. I stopped by to drop this nugget today to let you know that through the life of Joseph, we see the coming of Christ. From the sacrifice of one man's life, one man giving of himself will open the door and unlock the destiny for a man's family. Not just his sons and daughters, but the daughters of his sons and daughters, that they may live a life holy and acceptable unto God. If we would do what God has called us to do, then and only then will we discover what God's purpose is for our life. When we discover God's purpose for our life, then and only then can we rest in His will. I'm here today to let you know that if you trust God, seek God. If you seek God, trust God. I pray that this nugget meets you at your place of need. I pray that you will allow God to open your eyes to see all that He has packed up for you, that you may be able to give God glory out of your life and that others may see the fruit and the evidence that you are a true disciple. This is Pastor LaWayman White, and I thank you for stopping in and checking out this video. Be great in your day.